Guys, how's it going? It's your boy Luke here on Gundacker's channel for another Prize Picks preview. We've got ourselves a 10-game NBA slate, so plenty of options to go through on the Prize Picks website and a lot of creative cards we can build as well. Of course, we got all these NBA props you can target today, other sports out there. We've got esports, we've got a golf tournament starting today, just a lot of props to choose from, which should make it a relatively profitable day. But here, let's first off start with a review of our picks from last time, and we ended up going 3 for 4. Vooch, his prop on the 2.5 steals and blocks, was the only prop we didn't end up hitting, but Karl Anthony Towns came through for us at the last second for the over on the 22.5 real points. Ivica Zubac blew his rebound prop out of the water there. He was at just 6.5 rebounds, had well over 13. And James Harden's assist prop did end up hitting the over there as well. So overall, it was a profitable day. Like I said during the video, I took those 4 props, separated them into 4 different 3-way props, ended up hitting one of them and just squeaking out a little bit of a victory there. Of course, the goal here is to hit all 4 of the props here so we can go out there and have a massive day. Whenever we're able to do that, that's when we're going to end up profiting 10 to 15 units. If we can at least get 3 of these right, we're going to be at least getting our money back. So that's my strategy over here with the Prize Picks market. And again, hopefully today we can build on that momentum. Like I said, 10-game slate. We do have a little bit of an injury situation over there with Utah. Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, both expected to sit. We have Tyler Hero returning for the Heat. But aside from that, not a ton of injury news. Some guys is questionable that we'll have to keep an eye on as per usual. But for today's slate, going to be trying to target some of the games with higher pace, some of the teams with a lower defensive efficiency, in hope of finding some really plus EV props. With that being said, let's get right on into it. Before we hop into the preview, just want to quickly mention the partnership we have with Prize Picks here on Gundacker's channel. If you use his code Gundacker when you first sign up on Prize Picks, you're going to get a 100% deposit match. One of the best deals across the DFS industry that you guys are going to come across. Add 50 giblets to your bankroll over there, you're going to end up with 100. So if you're new over here, haven't gotten into Prize Picks yet, first off, what are you doing? But of course, make sure you use that code to get all of the bang for the buck that you can. And of course, to help support us here on this channel. I mean, we're giving you guys this content, showing you guys what we've got for Prize Picks. So using that code not only helps you guys out, but of course, goes a long way with helping out the channel here as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Again, code Gundacker for a 100% deposit match. All right, guys, on the screen, you guys can see our Prize Picks board for today. We're first going to start off with Jimmy Butler's PRA, 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I do see Jimmy Butler hitting the over, even with Tyler Hero returning to the lineup. First and foremost, you're dealing with Kyle Lowry still out of the lineup, so Jimmy Butler has seen a massive increase in his assist load, still averaging well over 20 points a game, right around 6 or 7 rebounds a game as well. So as long as he's doing his regular thing with the distributing, getting us 6 to 7 assists, I have him projected very comfortably for the over here. I have him projected for nearly 37 points, rebounds, and assists, which is giving us a nearly 9% edge here. So I really do like trying to target Jimmy Butler. The matchup isn't ideal. The New York Knicks, they're not known for their pace. They're not one of the worst defensive efficiency teams either, but they are a little bit, I say, undermanned at the center position, even though they have all 3 healthy bodies back now, whether it's Noel, Mitchell Robinson, or Taj Gibson. None of them are going to shut down a Jimmy Butler or this team in general, right? Bam Adebayo should be able to do his thing down low. Same thing with all the other guys on the peripheral. So do like Jimmy Butler quite a bit at the 33.5 mark. I do see quite a bit of expected value there. Next up, we're going to move to Khris Middleton's real points prop at 20.5 points. They're playing against this Cleveland team, which is one of the more stout defensive units in all of the NBA, and particularly in their front court. They end up getting Jarrett Allen back tonight, which is a real possibility. Giannis Antetokounmpo going to have quite a bit of issues. So at first I debated taking the Giannis under on the 27.5 real points, but I thought to myself, if they're going to stuff Giannis in the middle, if they're going to play large lineups, just like they did the other day, they had 4 people in the starting lineup over 6'8". Guys like Middleton, guys like a Drew Holiday, much more likely to put up some extra shots. So I'm taking the over on Khris Middleton. If you take a look at his track record over these last 5 games, you see he's averaging 25.4 points. So that is a pretty comfortable margin above where PrizePicks has his line right now. And given the size of this Cleveland front court, I do expect Giannis to maybe try to distribute a little bit more than shoot. So Khris Middleton, I have hitting the over there. I'd be comfortable with that number at pretty much any type of matchup, but particularly when we're getting a Cleveland front court that should be able to shut down Giannis. Now let's move over to the rebounds market. I am taking Bam Adebayo also against that relatively weak New York Knicks front court. Like Bam Adebayo a whole lot just in terms of his rebounds. I mean, let's look at what he's been averaging. 9.4 rebounds per game. You can see he would have pushed over there 4 games ago. And the reason why we're getting this line as low as it is the last 2 performances haven't been all that good, right? 6 rebounds and 8 rebounds. The issue is that's an outlier for him, right? You're going to have down games from some of these players. And I love targeting props here on PrizePicks when they're adjusted from a small sample size. It's a similar story with golf. You do in the NFL as well. Somebody like a Tyreek Hill goes out there, has a bad week. The next week, his prop's going to be much lower than they should be, right? People are going to have down games from time to time. And in terms of a plus EV scenario, that's one of the best scenarios of target. So I do like him there at 9 rebounds, the over there as well. And now finally, the last prop. This was at 9.5 assists just a few minutes ago. Ended up refreshing the board to come on here and record. And it went from 9.5 to 10 assists, which... now I'm a little bit less intrigued with it, but still like the over there. If we take a look at his game log, he has been distributing like crazy. This is why he's really been in MVP consideration over these last few weeks. In the first half of the year, no one was really mentioning his name, but now he's at least in the top 10 for consideration for MVP in the NBA. And you can see that he's been doing a ton of distributing. 14, 16, 11, 12. Only 6 assists back there against Detroit, but that was also a blowout. When he's in competitive games, he's going to go out there, get us a ton of usage with those assists. And against this Utah team that's without Rudy Gobert, without Donovan Mitchell, they lit up a ton of points the other day. Rudy Gobert is really what makes them such a stout defensive unit. Whether he's stealing the ball, obviously clogging up the lanes in the middle. So I do expect Chris Paul to have a relatively efficient game. And if he can do anything like he's done of late, should be able to hit the over there. Just like our last video here on the channel, I have 4 props here. I'm going to be taking 4 different prop lines with just different combinations of 3, right? So, and one of these props will be taken out. I'll be playing the 3, so on and so forth. So as long as we're hitting 3 of our 4 props for today, should be a profitable day. And if we end up hitting all 4, like I said, should be a massive day. So that's usually my strategy over here on PrizePicks and how I'll be attacking this slate for tonight. For today's PrizePicks preview. Of course, if you guys have any props that you're targeting for tonight's market, make sure you guys go ahead and let me know down in the comments before you go out and get out of here. Of course, if you haven't liked and subscribed either, make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Like in the video, make sure that we know that you guys are enjoying this content and you want even more of it to come in the future. Of course, it also makes sure that YouTube is getting it out there to more people. So if you enjoyed this content, you thought it was spot on, you think more people should see this, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. We're going to have even more PrizePicks videos coming out on the channel. I'm going to be live here on Gundacker's channel another 2 times this week, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. Of course, if you haven't already seen my personal YouTube channel, highly recommend you guys go ahead and check that out as well. That is Gsluke DFS. A link will be down in the description. I cover the NBA, golf primarily, a lot of NFL, MMA, just DFS content, golf content to get you ready for every event that's coming up. And again, if you enjoyed this type of content, there's even more to come. So go ahead and check that out. Good luck with all of your prop hunting tonight, guys. Hopefully we can go out and take out all 4 props, really go out and have that smash type of day. But until next time, peace out.